Hello, wonderful students of grade 6. Today, we're going to do our lesson number 7, which is about natural hazards and natural disasters. Learning outcomes. Examine the difference between a natural disaster and a natural hazard. Understand how earthquakes, landslide, and wildfire happen. Explain and summarize how natural events in the physical environment affect human activities. What is a natural hazard? A natural hazard is a natural phenomenon which can affect the environment and people. Hazard means danger or risk. What is a natural disaster? If a natural phenomenon adversely affects the environment and people and causes death, injury, and financial damage, it is a natural disaster. In short, natural disaster is what happens after the natural hazard occurs. Natural hazards discussed in this module are earthquake, landslides, wildfires. Earthquake is a sudden violent ground shaking which usually causes great destruction. It causes as a result of movements within the earth crust or tectonic plates. The Earth's crust is not all one solid piece. It consists of 7 parts known as tectonic plates. The places on Earth's crust where tectonic plates meet are called fault lines. They do not stay exactly in the same place. When they get stuck, pressure builds up, pressure released sends out seismic waves, earthquakes. Let's watch this earthquake video. I hope you will like it. During the analysis of the earthquake, the seismograph base shifts and the mass still remains. The movement of the base in relation to the mass is converted into electrical voltage. Earthquake destructions. The strength of earthquakes is measured in magnitude. A magnitude 10 earthquake is the highest strength. In 1960, the largest earthquake ever recorded in Chile on May 22, measuring 9.5 on the Richter scale, killed about 6,000 people and a huge loss of building and property. In 2001, the 7.7 magnitude Gujarat earthquake killed more than 20,000 people, injured more than 166,000, and destroyed 400,000 homes. The earthquake in the Indian Ocean of 2004 weighed 9.3 on a larger scale and killed some 29,000 people. Five most recent earthquakes this year: 3.5 meter USA 6th April, 5.2 meter Japan 11th April, 5.9 meter Taiwan 10th April, 5.4 meter Maldives 9 April, 5.2 meter Russia 7 April. A landslide is characterized as a mass of rock, debris, or earth moving down a slope. Landslides are a form of material waste under the direct control of gravity, which denotes any downslope movement of soil and rock. Such slides are called submarine landslides. Let's watch a video about landslides. I hope you find this video very interesting. Landslides affect the following environmental elements: the Earth's surface or topography, the nature and quality of rivers and streams, the forest covering most of the Earth's surface, the wildlife ecosystems on the Earth's surface, including rivers, lakes, and oceans. The Barangay Ocab landslide, Philippines. The rainfall-induced landslides in Japan, the mudflows in California, the dam landslides in Colombia, the mining-induced landslides in Myanmar. The instruments used to measure behavior of the landslide are called extensometer, inclinometer, or GPS, Global Positioning System. A wildfire is an unregulated fire in an area of fuel, vegetation occurring in rural areas depending on the form of vegetation present. A wildfire can also be known as brush fire, bush fire, desert fire, forest fire, and much more. Let's watch wildfire. I hope that you will learn much more about wildfire after watching this video. Wildfires destroy homes, wildlife, as well as plantation. The soil in the area of the wildfire destroys entirely. Animals along with their habitat gets adversely affected. Agriculture, trees, and plants get destroyed. Seismometer is logarithmic, which means that an earthquake measuring magnitude 5 is 10 times more stronger than an earthquake measuring magnitude of 4. Record-breaking temperatures and extreme drought have fueled massive bushfires in Australia. More than 50 wildfires are continuously burning in the states of New South Wales and Victoria. The authorities in the Australian Capital Territory have declared a state of emergency due to huge bushfires. Around 33 people have been killed, including firefighters, and more than 11 million hectares of grass, forest, and parks across Australia. Scientists are inventing the wildland-urban interface hazard scale, a tool to predict and measure the wildfire severity. Think and ponder. Which natural hazard could occur in UAE? Has UAE ever experienced natural hazard in the past? When you come back to class, you will be assigned a whole class activity. In this task, you have to experiment to measure earthquake using seismometer. These are some of the activities. 1. Write a 500-word note on earthquake-resistant buildings, structure and construction. 2. Suggest some ways to reduce land-based hazards. These are another set of activities. 1. Describe any 3 natural hazard tasks using a diagram. 2. How to prepare ahead of time for given natural hazards: earthquake, landslide, wildfire. These are the third set of activities. 1. List some land-based natural hazards. 2. Write 3 main causes of land-based natural hazards. In the class, you are allowed to choose any of these activities and choose your own group and carry out the tasks. Stay tuned for next week's topic. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.